All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Real quick, last night, my mom had shown me this video. Okay, she was telling me, she was asking me about, she said one of her friends, it's some woman, she got her hair covered and all that stuff, and she's out here, quote unquote, preaching, talking about sweet Jesus and all that. But we know better because we understand that the Lord's name is not Jesus. Okay, but she was basically going in, and my mom was asking me, to watch it and let her know if it's authentic, because her friend watches that lady, and she wants to know, if the lady has whatever good information. Now, I I turned on the video, and you got this lady out here on the keyboard. She's playing a keyboard with one hand, and she out here singing and that basic church stuff, man. And I could barely, man, I had to force myself just to watch just a couple of minutes of it. Okay, but the moral of it is that it's just what you see going on in the world is everybody wants to be in that position of saying, oh, the Lord came to me. Oh, he came in a dream to me. I'm the one, right? I'm the one. That's what everybody wants. Maybe I should title it that. I'm the one. Okay. The Lord came to me. Oh, he did this. Oh, he showed me this. He did. Now, mind you, she's saying she's talking about, oh, the Lord came to me. I saw two angels, and they came and they said this. But what she's saying is literally written in the scriptures. Literally, you talking about modest apparel and covering your hair and all these things. That's written off in the scriptures. So that's like somebody coming up and saying, oh, 2 + 2 is 4. It was revealed to me last night. The Lord showed me that if I take 2 apples and add another 2 apples, I get 4 apples. So now the Lord is dealing with me. My man, everybody knows 2 + 2 is 4. That's common knowledge, you see. But just so people could jump in the spotlight and just try to get that vain glory, okay, they do all these different things. Nonetheless, you got to understand that the real men of the Lord, to be honest, we it was in our spirit, all right, from the beginning. However, in this world, the Lord basically led us to this truth, okay? And it was a legit way. It wasn't like we're trying to do it out of vainglory or whatever. No. Okay. Now, I hear brothers and elders mention it all the time about when the elders went on YouTube. I believe it's in 2007. 2007, 2008, on down. You had the word go out, and you had a lot of brothers waking up, and coming to His word. Now, here's the thing about it. Look at the brothers. All right. Looking at brothers who are teaching now, right? I'm pretty sure brothers had their own individual lives, all right, doing their own things, whatever it may be. Okay, how many of them do you think, okay, prior to 2007, 2008, had a clue that they would even be watching a video like that, or even be doing what they're doing now? Okay, we were doing our own thing, and the Lord came, as the scriptures say. I have it right here, John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. You see, so really understand what prompted brothers, okay, whether you were in a gang or you were in prison or you were just doing your own thing, music, whatever the case may be. What prompted you to go on YouTube, click on the video of apostles? Because the view that the world has, okay, of us isn't they don't look at it as an accepting thing. They don't look at it with awe, in marvel and gloriousness. No, they look at it as like, what the hell? Who the hell are these weirdos, right? So what would men, all right, maybe you're in your teenage years or your early 20s or your prime, whatever you're doing, what would prompt you to go and click on a video like that, to actually sit down and watch it and take it seriously, to where it moves you to where you start learning, studying, and you go out there from wherever you are to New York to go see the elders, to learn even more, and then go and start opening up a camp all around the world, and then start teaching and doing all these things? What do you think prompted somebody to do that? Okay. It wasn't like it was something that brothers had planned from childhood. Yo, I can't wait till I get to this age. I'm gonna see the elders. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna go be a prophet. No. It was what you could call spontaneous, right? And what it was the Spirit. Now I'm gonna come back to this precept here, but this is 1 Corinthians 14 and 32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. Okay. Matter of fact, let me look up subjects. To arrange under, to subordinate, to subject, to put in subjection, to submit oneself, to obey, to yield to one's admonition or advice, to obey, to subject. So understanding that the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, okay. The spirit, if you were a prophet in the past, you're gonna be a prophet now, because that you're gonna have that same spirit. But on top of that, you can look at it as us being prophets, we're subject to other prophets that are above us. Okay. So our spirits are under obedience to the spirit of the elders because they're under obedience of Yahweh Shem Shai. But I'm going to use the one about your spirit. If you've been a prophet in the past, you're going to be a prophet now. Now, in the past, when you read in the scriptures, it tells you what? And the word of the Lord came to so, so, and so. And the word of the Lord came to this man, right? Well, in this time, if they were to write it and the word of the Lord came to this man or came to this man, guess what? That word of the Lord would have been the elders going out. Okay, and I'm talking about from 2007 on down. Okay, now I didn't come into the truth in 2007. I would call it fairly late. Okay, but like I said, I'm gonna start from 2007 on down because I wasn't there. I'm not gonna be out here talking about, going back to the old school in One West. I wasn't there, so I don't, what I mean, I can't speak on it. But the more of the lesson is that the word of the Lord came to certain men. It came by the elders being out there prophesying, and then it went on the YouTube, which was able to spread it even more. That was the word of the Lord coming to these men. Now, when you read about the prophets, whenever the word of the Lord came, regardless of what they wanted to do, they had to obey it. Okay, even Jonah, he tried to run away from the word of the Lord that told him to go prophesy, but what he ended up having to do it regardless. Okay, so that is what prompted brothers, okay, to hear this word and not just be like, well, what is that? No, but to be so moved by it that look at us, look at what's going on today. So it's not by chance. Damn, what if brothers had never really, watched the elders and nobody really paid attention? It wasn't gonna happen that way. Because the way the spirit moves, you can't leave things up to coincidence or by chance. No, everything is specific. It's done purposely. It's preordained. So whatever brother woke up at what time and heard the word at what time, and it's all preordained. So it was gonna happen like that. Even though the way it happened might have been like, damn, yo, it was just, by the skin of the teeth that I heard this word. It was supposed to be like that. Nonetheless, the point is the Lord called us into this truth. Okay. He's the one who called us because he like Yahweh Shai back 2,000 years ago when he went, he knew who his disciples were. So he went and called them. All right. So going back, John 15 and 16. All right. And now what you have going on is after that great awakening, all right, you have this word really, really, really going out there, man. Because now you have more brothers pushing it. Okay. But now the understanding is there. Okay. And then people are getting confounded by it to where they're like, yo, not only do they understand what they're teaching, but the things they're saying are coming to pass. I can see what they're talking about happening in the world. Okay, the prophecies. So the Lord is really kicking this thing into overdrive, man. So he first woke up brothers, okay, and then rooted brothers. So it's like he picked you up, then he buckled you up, and now he's about to, really kick this thing into overdrive. But before doing that, he had to make sure everybody was buckled up and seated tight. And that's you being rooted before he really kicks it into overdrive. Or else if you're standing, you don't got your seatbelt on, guess what? When that ship takes off full speed, you might be tossed somewhere. Your head might crack by hitting a metal piece in the ship. You don't know, So there was a timeline or an order for it. Okay, the word of the Lord had to go out. Men had to preach. Other men had to hear it, and then they had to preach to wake up other men. Okay, and once the elect, like the scriptures tell you, have been sealed, then the Lord is going to kick it all the way, because you can see the Lord moving the gears up. The more and more people wake up, the gears move up, and things move faster and faster and faster. And we don't have to come out and seek vainglory. No. Okay, what we do is authentic. All right, we do this because we have to. This is a serious thing. We fear the Lord. This isn't because we want people to see us. All right, as in, oh, we fear the Lord, or we're all these great. No. All right. So let me read this. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. So what were the elders saying? They were telling brothers, what? Go out there and teach. Go out there, go out there, go out there and teach. All right. That is what? That is brothers going out there and bringing forth fruit. Okay. Now you had some that fell out, but for the most part, you had for those that fell out, there were more that came in. Okay. That's why it says that your fruit should remain. That's who? The elect. Okay. Now let's look into the word ordained. So the Lord said we didn't choose him. He chose us and ordained us. All right. So what is the word ordained? To set, to put place, to place or to lay, to set on, okay, to set forth, to set, to fix, establish. Okay. So the Lord said he ordained us, or he established us, meaning he had set it in stone. Okay. Who the prophets are and what they're going to be doing. Okay. That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. Once again, the importance of, that's why we say Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Kodash, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. But you got it. That's why the name is important. Those who want to disregard Yahweh Shai, you're bugging out. Okay. So moving on. I don't really have a lot of precepts. It's just a quick lesson. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So as a baby, when you were defecating in your diapers, guess what? You were still a prophet. All right. The spirit was within you, but it wasn't. You had to hit a certain age or a certain time for the Lord to say, all right, wake him up now. Okay. Educate him. All right. Which means what? Going back to educare, it means to draw out. Okay. So really, we got educated. But in order to be educated on a spiritual level, it has to be within you. All right. The scriptures talk about stirring up the pure. So that means it has to be within you. All right. To wake it up. That spirit within us had to be woken up. It was sleeping within us, but it had to be woken up by the hearing of these words. Okay. So the Lord said, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Because where did we come from? Did we not come from the spirit worlds? We're all spirits and bodies. Okay. In the belly is where your body is formed. But that's when the spirit goes into the body. Okay. But the Lord knew this prior to that. The Lord, look, man, the elect were part of the first spirits created. All right. Hence them being the first fruits. It says, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. All right. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nation. So at some point, the Lord was going to wake you up due to that sanctification to go out there and prophesy. That's why it's not a shock. It's not by chance or coincidence that brothers just happen to come across the elders, or the elders just happen to go and start teaching and start putting it on YouTube. No, the Lord did that on purpose, man. Okay. So let me get to the last precept here. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 20. It says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. Now, what does this mean? All right, because if you take it literal, you're going to be looking for a special door, right? What door is that? But that door is really the door of your mind. Okay. The Lord said he stands at the door and knock. And if any man hear his voice, let me read it verbatim. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. Yeah, because when you have men going out there prophesying, you have men doing these videos, okay, breaking down scriptures and calling out. Guess what? That's the Lord at the door knocking. Okay, that's him knocking. Now, when you hear these words, okay, and you open the door, that's when you take heed to the words that we're teaching. Okay. Now, when you look into the word door, all right, it says what? A vestibule, a door, used of any opening like a door, an entrance, way, or passage into. Okay. So the door of your mind, okay, you can say it starts with your ears, all right, because when you hear it, it goes through that little. Matter of fact, look at this. Let me look it up. Vestibule, an antechamber, a hall or lobby next to the outer door of a building, a chamber or channel opening into another. Right now, when you look at it, like it says, it's an opening. This looks sort of like a path to another path. So when you hear this word, your ears, they go into your ears, right? You hear the word, okay, and then from that carnal ears, they enter your spiritual ears, and you understand it. Okay. So I stand at the door and knock. Now, if somebody's knocking at the door, you hearing the knock, knock, knock. That's vibrations, okay, that you're hearing. So when you're hearing these words, all right, guess what? That's the Lord knocking at your door, the door of your mind. You're hearing it in your ears. It's going through your ears and it's entering into your mind. Now, when you open the doors, when you allow it to marinate and sit in your mind and you meditate on it and you understand it and you accept it, just like when you open the door to somebody outside, you're allowing them into your house, into your temple. So when you open the door of your mind to the Lord's words, you're allowing his spirit into your mind. Okay. And the Lord said, if you open that door, he will come into you and will sup with you and you with him. That's when you start understanding the scriptures, you know. So you might stop because you might hear a knocking, and that knocking might be America's going to be destroyed. You be like, whoa, time out, hold up. Then you come and you ask questions. Now you opening that door. Then the brothers explain it to you like, oh, shoot. And now you sup with your Yahweh Shai because now you're constantly watching videos. You're constantly learning. That's you supping with him. Now you have people who hear it, all right. They hear that knocking, the word goes into their ears, but they don't open it. They don't allow it to go to their mind. They brush it off. Okay. So the Lord doesn't come into them and he doesn't sup with them. Therefore, they don't understand. They lack understanding. All right. But the Lord said, let me get this real quick. John 6 and 63, I believe. Okay. As a matter of fact, I think it's yep, 6 and 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Okay. So for those who don't open that door for your house shot to sup with them, guess what? You're not gonna gain that salvation. You literally lock the Lord outside. Okay. And so what do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna leave. All right. He's gonna move on. And that's why it says hearing they hear not and seeing they see not. Okay. So, hey, man, that's just what it is. And the Lord is definitely kicking things into overdrive. When you see the things that are happening around the world, man, okay, and you see how brothers are getting stronger in spirit, getting more firm, okay, being more on fire, that's the Lord doing that on purpose. He has put that spirit out there, man, okay. So, hey, things are going to the next level, man, and the next level requires the next level you, okay. So, yeah, man, just stay in that spirit. Keep watching these prophecies because the Lord is definitely speeding these things up. All right. But with that, I hope this was edifying unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.